Hello, everyone, and welcome back to everyone's favorite Thanksgiving tradition, the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. It's the format you all know and love, and we have not one, but two wonderful people in the booth today. Please introduce yourselves.
You want me to go?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm back. It's me. It's me, Noah, or as people like to refer to me as what is it? MBR people refer to me as usually, right?
Sometimes.
Um yeah, sometimes. I'm here on this beautiful holiday tradition with a nice turkey in the roast, in the cooker, whatever you want to call it. And we have a third man to cut the turkey and break the wishbone with.
All right. And it is an honor to be in the booth this year. I'm Spurley. This is my first time here. And man, it's just every year, it's not Thanksgiving without the Butterball Classic. And
Mhm.
I'm really ready for another one of these thrillers under the lights in Fontana. They never disappoint. And looking for another good one here tonight.
That is true. And if you're new to the Butterball Classic, the format is pretty simple to follow. We're going to have two heats. The field is split in half. The top 15 will make it through each heat. There'll be an LCQ to fill out the rest of the 42 car field for the main event. Let's not waste any more time. I will breeze through the starting lineup and introduce you to your Heat 1 field. On the pole is the 31 of Danny Dimes Sr., to his outside the 42 of Logan Cloud. Behind them, it's Eli Bright, Jay Jefferson, Anthony Greenman. The 22 this year is Tib Foster. The 91 of Bob Floyd. The 20, the inaugural winner of the Classic, Brad Cheston. The 89 of Brandon Morris. The 16 of Ben Billard. Behind them, it's the 98 of DJ Reed and the 2 of Priya McShane. Jacques Noir returns in the 29, and another newcomer, Bernard Brown, in the 11. Behind them is the 60 of Jasper McLeod, and the 27, the wrong holidays on the car, it's Jesse Turner.
Oh my god.
Goodness
It,
me. Further back in the
ugh.
field, we have the 33 of Ben Crouch, another former winner of this event. Alongside of him is David Krikorian in the 13. Further back, the 47, Harrison Geeman. The 03, Annie Thomas. Further back, it's the 9, Samet Ozcan, and the 78 of Chase Abbott. 7 of Aiden Smith, the 18 of Will Said. Behind them, Jonathan Fitzwater, Alex Constantine, Felix Jansen, Zayden Davison, Nathan Ormond, Anthony McClure, Charlotte Ruval, Aiden Martin starting deep in the field, but rounding out the grid is the 56 of Aaron McMichelsons.
Wow. I mean, what a class we've got here this year. I you know, think we have a lot of favorites, a lot of unknowns, a lot of newcomers. What do you think, Spurley? What do you think about this field?
I think it's always great that we have such a large field for these Butterball Classics. And, you know, that's part of it. That's part of the drive. You can't just chill for the first few events. You got to go all out to get into
Mhm,
the main. And that's what
mhm.
makes this entire night special. This whole night is going to be action packed with hard racing and all take, no give. And I'm just pumped to see what we got once the green flag drops.
It's time for the command, folks, so don't go anywhere.
Drivers, start your engines.
As the field of 33 gets underway for heat number 1, it's going to be a very important heat. I don't think we've ever had a field deeper than this in the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. 66 total entries, there's only 42 spots in the main event. There's going to be a lot of unhappy campers when things are all said and done, even before the main event gets underway.
I tell you, you don't want to be in the LCQ here. That's like fighting under the table with the dog for the bone. That is a place that people
That's where, that's where all the punches get thrown. That's where all the drama happens. That's where those guys are absolutely fighting for those last spots.
Top 15 make it in. Let's see what happens here. 13 laps to settle it all. Danny Dime Sr. and Logan Cloud lead us down. Through turns 1 and 2, the field fanning out already, jockeying for position. You see even 2, 3, maybe even 4 wide here coming off the corner. Trying to settle their way out, trying to get spots while everybody's still bunched up here early.
And at Fontana, it's very easy to see some long runs, but these restarts, these starts of the races, that's where you gain that valuable track position. And if you can keep it, then that's when you're going to be contending at the very end.
That was the exact thing I was going to say. To a T.
Sorry, Noah.
It's good. I tell you what. This field right now is really aggressive. Good God, they're 4 wide.
They send it here. It's incredible. And you see they're packed up already. 15th at the line was the 33 of Ben Crouch, but I think some cars have gotten by him. Yeah, the 60 has, the 9 has. So the transfer position somewhere around here in the midfield, and you see only 2 laps in. A lot can change here even this early. Jay Jefferson started 4th, and I think when we come by at the line, he's going to be out of a transfer position.
Completely just fell straight down the running
just
order
by 1.
He just completely just a stampede on the inside line as he continues to fall back on that top side.
He's like a rock. He's like plumbing to the bottom of the ocean. He's just falling. It's like an albatross around his neck. It's terrible. And the worst things you can feel as a driver is getting in the suck hole.
At the front of the field, the 31 of Danny Dime Sr. still out front. Logan Cloud. Clearly, 4 of the top 5 have to have pace in their cars, but I guess the 64 just missed the setup. I mean, the track changes a lot. You go from day, you go to night. Even though the skylights have that nice sunset all the time, the track does change.
Indeed, and that's one of my favorite parts about Fontana. You got the high groove, the low groove, and that's where people really tend to set it. You got 3 wide down the backstretch right there, but really, any line here can work. It just depends on how you hit your marks. As you see the 18 continue to drive through the field, taking it 3 wide through 3 and 4.
This is one of the toughest spots on the racetrack, though. The exit of turn 4. Many a year we've seen people just walk their car up too far and have an unfortunate kiss with that outside wall.
And that was the exact thing I was going to say, because it's a lot like Thanksgiving dinner. You start out early in the day, everyone's happy, and then they get hungry, and then they eat. And next thing you know, we're all fighting, and we're punching each other, and the turkey's on the floor, and you don't make the cut. This is what the worst thing is for some of these drivers right now. In 8 laps, they'll either be wrecked, not making the transfer, or 4 wide off of the most dangerous corner in Butterball history.
5 wide. Here comes St.
wrecked
Davison. That's 70
wide.
trying to force the issue.
Oh my
And
mercy.
Squeezing his nose in a hole that didn't quite exist there, but luckily everyone made it out safe.
Oh, they're 4x4, it looks like, here off of 2. Good mercy.
Ben Crouch, the winner, the 1 year we went to Texas trying to make something happen in the 33. But this is exactly what you don't want to happen. About the top 15, maybe a little bit more, they've broken away, and they were single file for most of that lap. I'm surprised. This gap could be a lot bigger here back to the 70-33. These guys need to stay in line and work together if they want a shot at making it in. Because really, it's only the top 17 now racing for it. It might not look like that big of a gap, but it is, trust me.
You're in that backpack, you start to get desperate. You're starting to sweat. You start to see those guys up front jostling for position, and you're wondering, like, oh, am I going to get up there? Am I going to be able to make these moves? Time's running out. Lap 7 out of 13 in this short heat. Now maybe looks like luck has ran out for the people in the back of the pack here.
It's dicey back there.
It's a lot like Thanksgiving when you're getting your food for the first time. and you're in line and you're waiting because you have to kind of it's kind of a working together collaboration, trying to get to where you want to get the food from, right? And that's what they have to do. They have to realize that in order to get to their goal, they have to stay together. You can't cut in line. Like you can't get the mashed potatoes while you're getting the biscuits. I mean, right now someone's about to get the wall. It looks like if they send it like that, good
Brandon
mercy.
Morris, power move out of that 89. Can't quite do it. The 42 closes the nose. But boy, we haven't talked about the front of the field a lot today. This 31 car looks strong tonight.
Danny Dimes Jr. Senior.
Senior.
Sorry, his son is coming up in the go-kart world right now.
Junior, senior, whatever he may be, he's all the way down that front straightaway. He was up at the top exiting 4, then went down to the bottom. Looks like we got some draft action as he's trying to break the draft like something we see in Indy.
Indy snaking.
This is Fontana. Indy snaking, yeah. Unleashing the
yeah.
dragon, but this is California. Couldn't
Further
be
back,
farther.
they've closed up for the transfer spot. It's going to get antsy now. The 27 and the 9 have peeked through. Jacques Noir, Zane Davison behind them, trying to make a move. And here comes Noir looking low in the 29. That is for the 15th and final transfer spot with 4 to go.
Almost ran into the door of him.
Yeah, that was tight. I mean, these guys are trying to whip the snake right now. That's what we usually like to say here in the Butterball, is whipping the snake. And right now, it's difficult to whip the snake and not get bit. This is difficult. Trying to break that draft and not lose position still because they're 3 wide behind you. It's like racing 6 people at once.
Wow. Brandon Morris's moves have not worked. He was up there looking for 3rd, and now he has fallen 10 spots. He is back into the danger zone, folks. Not good for the 89. The 86 as well had dropped a little bit, but he seems to have his bearings underneath him. He's back to the inside.
He is starting to recover here, but the same cannot be said for the number 70, as he is in 17th. That transfer spot right ahead of him, but it looks like that's the 33 of Crouch. He's trying to close on in.
Working low there, my mercy. We're getting double side-by-side flags here. We got 2 to go. 4 miles. Determine who doesn't have to go under the table.
2 to go, and it's going to be tight. A lot of those guys further back aren't going to do anything. The 31 still out front. An impressive performance. Everybody you see working their way up here, we'll make sure to take a look at them when this thing is all said and done. But the 29 has it, and now it falls to the shoulders of Brandon Morris.
Oh, man. I mean, this is going to be tight right here. Fighting for that transfer.
I think if you're the 24 on back, you're as well out of it unless they get together. It's going to be down to the 33 and 70 if they can poke their way into the show. White flag.
Daniel Dimes, he's put on a clinic so far, and that's something you want to see.
He's
in the
getting
main
passed
event,
up
but
there.
This right here is the show.
He
He is. 42 to the lead.
Unbelievable. What a move by Logan Cloud. He waited for the best possible moment,
back.
but here comes Dimes.
To the inside.
Oh, he won't be denied.
What's going on for the transfer? It looks like Morris has it for now, but the 60's dropping back. Can Cloud power around the outside? He will, because he have the run to the line. He will, but for the transfer spot, McLeod's going to stay in, and Morris is going to stay in as well.
He made the transfer.
He made the transfer, man.
He made the transfer.
What an incredible, he won.
Do you believe it?
Turned upside down at the end. Incredible.
Logan Cloud studied Daniel Dimes Sr. like a book and just worked underneath him to get that heat win. And that, that's going to get him into the pole coin flip later.
I mean, it's like being in the kitchen, right? And watching, a person cook the meal all day and know what is the good things, what they spent time on, and what they didn't spend time on. That was strategic.
He waited all race for the opportunity to present itself, and when it did, he spared no time. He was right under the 31. I believe he's on the front straightaway, heading into turn number 1.
Yes.
And got that lead away.
Unbelievable.
Into your main event. Logan Cloud, Daniel Dimes Sr., Ben Billard, Tib Foster, Anthony Greenman, Brad Cheston, Bernard Brown, Annie Thomas, Eli Bright, Jonathan Fitzwater, Will Said, Jesse Turner, Chuck Noir, Jasper McLeod, Brandon Morris. Everybody else, you're going to the LCQ, buddy.
Mm, mm. 24 drivers, right? And they're going to be in the LCQ? Or no, actually, it'll be more than that. 24 are going to D&Q. Sorry.
24 going to
It's gonna be
D&Q.
36 will be in the LCQ.
36. Almost
Mercy
a main
above
event
how-
field just in the LCQ alone. Get ready for that,
And
folks.
they're gonna be feisty.
Congratulations to Logan Cloud on his Heat win, and we are going to send it away for some good old commercials, and we will be back for Heat 2.
It's the thirstiest time of the year. I have just one query.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
The answer is clear. It's the thirstiest time of the year. Sprite, let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. We have the field set for Heat number 2. It's another 33-car field. Let's not waste any more time and get you your starting lineup. On the pole is the 59 of Nathan Kiani. To his outside is the 77 of William Hill. Behind them, the 99 William Duncan and the 32 Roger Ray. And you have John Paul Lucky, Landon Laudenbach, Jeff Alloway, Danica Plussel. 41 this year is Nathan Stapleton, and to his outside, Dustin Dawes. Behind them, Will Parrish, Mathis Wells, 8 of Thomas Cutlett, the 23 of Diego Yepes, Taylor Fry, Lane Tidwell, David Vickers, John Dilks, Thomas Cassidy, William Ayers. The 10 is Nathan Meyer, the 92 is Jeffrey Finguy. Further back, the 66, Christian Vargas, the 28, Riley Spurley-Tube. Antoine Smith, last year's winner. The 81 is another former winner of this event, Gloucester Dawes. Behind them, even further back, is the 02, Reggie Fogelman, and the 21 of Roberto Crown Jr. The 30 of Zachary DeLello, the 17 of Ben Nielsen, the 90 of Evan Hunter, the 14 of Vince Freeze, and last on the grid, the 25, Stephen Cologne.
Drivers, start your engines.
There we go. The command to start the engines. And Spurley, how do you like that tea I handed you over there? That cup of nice brewed tea that we brought to the booth here at Auto Club Speedway.
Oh, I like a good cup of tea, and especially here in the booth, all warm and comfy. But
Yeah.
it's a
Yep.
nice spot
Mhm.
to watch
Mhm.
a good race, and
Mhm.
it's like a switch flipped. That last heat, we watched 12 laps of, decently hard racing, but they turned just completely intense on the final lap of that last heat.
Yep. And it's all set by MBR Tea for the best Thanksgiving tea. Yes. Buy yours today. It's coming soon.
Full line, here we go. Heat number 2, another 13-lap segment is underway.
Usually, if I remember correctly, the first heat is calmer. If I remember correctly, right? So this means that this heat, and we're already seeing it right here, is going to be the hotter one. Just like the tea.
This heat, we're gonna get 4 wide on lap 1
Immediately.
and we're gonna see Taylor go from 15th all the way up into the top 10.
Unbelievable.
It was almost 3 wide for the lead as well. That was the 05 of Landon Laudenbach trying to make
Oh.
a move. Here comes Roger Ray with a big elevator there in the 32. Oh, man, the
here comes the
61.
contact.
Danica Plussel nearly wiped out the 77, and William Hill starting from second, dropping a lot of positions here early. Don't want to fall into the same trap that Jay Jefferson did in Heat 1. Could see the same thing happening there to another Chevrolet.
Oh, man, they're getting dicey again there. That's tight right there in the 3. Look at that, they're dooring.
There was contact.
Oh, man, they're tight right
Thomas
there.
Cutlett in the danger zone right there with the number 1 of David Vickers, I believe it was. And yeah, what Noah was saying earlier, Heat 1, usually the calmer one, we're already seeing guys going at it very hard here. Lap 3 of Heat 2.
I think they saw how deep that field was in Heat 1, and the guys are at the back of the field. They said, we can't wait around. We have to make those moves, especially if we're in the last couple rows of the grid, because here comes the 90, the 25, the 2 cars that were the furthest back on the inside line. They're fighting for a transfer spot right now. Almost.
And that's a great point. The fact that this is the deepest field we ever had, so if you're starting in the last place position, let's say, you have the most cars to pass by anyone ever to have to actually convert into the main event from the heats.
The 90 just needs to get by that 50 car to make it into the show. Looks like they will do it down the back straightaway. Looking back up to the front of the field, it is now led by William Duncan. So we've had a lead change before the last lap of the heat. Duncan's gotten around Kiani, and here comes Laudenbach looking for second. Can't do it.
We've got single file all the way down the front straight until you get back here. We're going almost 4 wide again with Cologne, and you saw last lap, I believe, Cologne was trying to get around that 90 through 3 and 4. He's going to try it again. And man,
wow,
that last time, he just stuck his nose down there. He was almost on the apron, but he made that move stick through 1 to 2 this time, and he is on a charge on lap 5.
Man, I mean, you can see whose car's handling good right now and whose isn't. I mean, they are just not taking anything for granted right now, making lane changes in the middle of the corner here, off the tightest corner in Butterball history here. It's like turn 4 at Daytona in the 80s here. That is a corner you do not want to mess with. You will get bit.
It is very much turn 4 Calamity Corner, and at the line, the transfer spot was the number 10. So this is really racing for the transfer here. They're rubbing. Look out. The 00 and the 88 were exchanging paint and sheet metal going through turns 1 and 2. I don't know how they didn't crash.
And the 88 almost
that's
cut
going in the
66.
Butterball close call compilation for sure.
I mean, they are cutting each other's noses off back here on the straightaway. Oh boy.
That wasn't even 2 rookies either. Antoine Smith, former winner, longtime veteran. Mattis Wells, longtime veteran of this event. So you don't expect those 2 to really be mixing it up, as here comes another deep move. They must have really rubbered in Heat 1, that lower lane through 1, and they're wrecking!
Oh, we got a crash!
No.
It's the 19 of Lane Tidwell, Antoine Smith, last year's winner, and the caution is out, and Dustin Dawes is destroyed.
Oh, no.
Racing back. We do have to race back still. William Duncan's going to have it, but who's going to be around 15th? That's just before it, I think. It's going to be about where the 90 is. It could be the 10, though. Running about 15th. Let's see when timing and scoring updates. Hey, I got it right on the money. Evan Hunter, last in currently, but it's only lap 8 of 13. This race will go back green.
And we only have, 2 laps, I think, to actually get a shootout here. Maybe 3 if they really clean up the debris there in turn number 2.
It's going to be fun.
Didn't look too bad of an accident, so we might be able to get a couple laps of racing in still. We're not going to waste any more time, and we will get you some replays.
Coming down in the turn number 1 here, you see they go 4 wide like they usually do. So this time the 28 can't seem to hold it on the bottom and just wipes out the number 46 here. I mean, I don't know what the 28 car was doing there, but the 46 got absolutely knocked into the outside wall. It's a vicious hit.
What I see here is a man fighting back here in the scraps, wanted to get something more. He's just seeing red, and he oversteps it a little bit. That's just mistakes you make in the Butterball Classic when you're running back there with the field all bunched up. The moves you're going to see is the line did not stick for the number 28 car down to the bottom in 1 and 2.
That's a load of shit.
Jelly Belly Jelly Beans. 50 true to life flavors, each handcrafted with the finest ingredients. Get real. Get Jelly Belly.
We had a caution, but we are going to have 4 laps of action to decide the field. Top 10 is the 99, 59, 41, 23, 05, 32, 6, 12, 61, 77. In the danger zone, William Ayers, Will Parrish, David Vickers, Nathan Meyer, and Evan Hunter. Those guys are currently in. Knocking on the door, though, can very easily make it. Mathis Wells, Roberto Crown Jr., Jeffrey Finguy, what's his name? Thomas Cassidy, sorry, and the 17 of Ben Nielsen. What will we see on this restart, folks? Coming down, it's only 4 laps left in heat number 2.
Man, look at the 41 of Nathan Stapleton going from 3rd to almost 1st in the first corner.
Hove it in, slid up high, trying to get the draft. Trying to get the push from the 59 to try and catch the 99 of Duncan. But man, Duncan's pulling away, heading at 3 and 4.
Oh, he sent it, the 23 did.
Longtime veterans of this event really dogging it out here at the front, but we cannot forget about that transfer spot because here comes Mathis Wells. He rubbed on the 88. Now he wants to rub with the 90.
Man, and this is getting antsy here. Look at that move. Almost cut across the front bumper of that.
What a
21
block
car
by
there.
Finguy. What a block.
I mean, that was daring fate there. That's like shaking the bone in front of the dog. That is too much to ask for.
Time's running out. 5 miles left.
You are not going to take this spot away from me no matter how hard you try. I am going to deny that. We're seeing a lot of that here in the closing stages, coming to 2 laps remaining in this heat.
Man, that 92, he's mirror drive. It's incredible what Finguy's doing here to fend off that 21, the 17, and everybody behind him. But he might be mirror driving too much because the top 15's starting to break away. Thankfully, though,
he's not even in the transfer until right about now.
Right now, he's going to get by the 50.
He's in. He's in.
Move.
He's in. He's going to try and get double in here. He's going to try and put 2 spots on here, side by side, 3 wide for 13th.
Coming around next time by, white flag. Finguy really walks up the hill. That's going to really hurt the 90 and the 10 because they are really packed up here behind him. Duncan still leads, coming to take the white.
I mean, this is going to come down to a few feet probably.
The 50 is in. The 10 is out. That is the transfer.
The people just in the transfer spot, you're not going to see them settle. You're going to see them go for more and try and cement their spot into the main show.
I mean,
quick look at the front of the field. The 41, is he going to make a move on the 99? Does not look like it. Now, for the transfer spot, can Ben Nielsen, can Reggie Fogelman make his way in? Where'd the 02 come from? Roger Ray's way up the hill. He's going to hit the wall. No, he's not, but I think that could cost him the transfer. Coming to the line, who's in, who's out? The 90 should be in, the 50 should be in. They are. Ben Nielsen gets the final transfer over the 32.
Unreal.
A gaggle of cars all trying to make it in, just rush towards that 15th place position. And in the end, number 17, Ben Nielsen, ends up getting the spot.
He's not him. Roger Ray is not him. I don't know what happened there.
Oh!
And the last like 2 or 3 laps, because he was well in the show, and all of a sudden he gets pushed up into the gray and just lost everything, and now he has to go to the LCQ.
I mean, that was a crazy last corner. I mean, they were on top of each other. I thought we were gonna have a wreck. That's why I was already firing off there. I thought we were going to be spinning and eating dinner here in about 15 seconds there. I mean, we're going to have to huddle down on the pit lane. But they made it through. That was impressive. That was genuinely impressive. Also, just as impressive as the winner of this heat, William Duncan.
Yes, Duncan had a very well heat. He got by Kiani early and never looked back, especially after having to deal with challenges from the rest of the field on a restart. In the show, Duncan, Stapleton, Loudenbach, Dilks, Lucky, Yepes, Plussel, Ayers, Vickers, Kiani, Hill, Finguy, Hunter, Parrish, and Nielsen, the financial executive. Everybody else will have to settle for the LCQ. We had 2 DNFs after a crash, and Antoine Smith really lost all pace with his heavy damage. But, as is tradition, before I hand it off to some final thoughts, it is time for the pole sitter coin flip. Heads is heat 1, tails is heat 2. Is it going to go to Hogan Cloud or William Duncan? Let's find out. It is tails. Duncan gets the pull for the main event.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Tails never fails, as they some say, but we're down 2 heats. The LCQ's next. What do we think, boys?
Well, this is my favorite race coming up, and it's going to be the most feisty. I think, personally, with 36 cars and only 12 transfer spots, we are going to see a range of emotions that we have never seen before in the Butterball Classic. We could see people fighting like dogs under the table, like men and women in the food line. I will not be silenced by Big Christmas with my Thanksgiving analogies. You cannot stop me.
Well, absolutely. One thing's for sure, the intensity from each event has picked up, and I predict we're only going to see more of the same as the LCQ approaches. The amount of spots that transfer, even less, but the field, even more.
Hold on to your hairpieces, folks. The LCQ's coming next.
I'm a Peter Pan nut. I admit it. Why else would I be standing here in the middle of the night? I dream of peanut butter sandwiches. I can't go 10 minutes without that creamy, delicious Peter Pan. Oh. Did you know it doesn't have any cholesterol? Did you know it's 3 in the morning? Eat some peanut butter anytime you can, but only if it's Peter Pan.
Well, folks, it's time for the last chance qualifier. The rules are simple. This is a 25 lap race. You have 36 cars in this event. You have to finish in the top 12. Top 12 make it in. Everybody else, they will be picking skin off the turkey for the rest of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts before we take a look at the starting lineup for this one?
This is possibly some of the best racing we will see in this event, I think, in general. Of course, the main event's always what everyone wants. It's like the turkey. It's like, the mashed potatoes. It's the corn. It's the beef. There's no beef in Christmas, Thanksgiving. But that's the point. This, though, is to make it in the house. This is the big show. There's going to be a lot of desperate people in this. People are going to do things that you've never thought is possible. I think we could see some very upset people. Biggest field ever in the LCQ.
Yeah, in the main race, you have time. You have time to make things happen, but here, 25 laps, every lap counts, and pretty much this entire race is just crunch time, as you do not want to be the first one sitting on the doorstep without a meal here on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, let's breeze through your LCQ order. This is a completely random draw, so wherever you drew is what you get to deal with for 25 laps. On the pole, the 52, Anthony McClure, Jeff Alloway, Berto Crown Jr., Bob Floyd, Antoine Smith, Vince Freeze, Dustin Dawes with a backup car, Nathan Meyer. Roger Ray just missed out in Heat 2. Riley Spurley-Tube tried to catch those illegals in Heat 2. Harrison G-Man, David Krikorian, Jay Jefferson, Nathan Ormond, Alex Constantine, Aiden Smith, Aiden Martin, Taylor Fry, Stephen Cologne, Thomas Cassidy, Felix Jansen, 19, Lane Tidwell, Mathis Wells, Gloucester Dawes, Reggie Fogelman almost made it in. Thomas Cutlets was nowhere to be seen. Ben Crouch and Zayden Davison had good cars. They just ran out of time. They're starting deep in this heat as well. Samad Ozcan, Zachary DeLello, Aaron McMichelsons, Christian Vargas, Charlotte Ruval, what's his face, DJ Reed, and way back here, Priya McShane and Chase Abbott. 25 laps. Let's not waste any more time. Good on trackside for your command for the LCQ.
Drivers, start your engines!
36 cars will roar themselves to life here on the back straightaway. I mean, 25 laps is a huge field. The intensity is going to be off the charts. We have said it many a time tonight, but this is where the drivers have to lock in and they have to execute. No mistakes, or else you will run out of time.
You know, a lot of those guys in the back there, too, people stuck way in the back, 36th, 35th, 34th. They're pretty upset with the fact where they drew out of the weighted bag in their drawing order here. I mean, they're going to have to fight an uphill battle. Have to pass over 20 cars in 25 laps to make this race.
Thankfully, this is a track that can produce that kind of racing. We saw people drive through the field in the LCQs before, and we have moves already coming to the green. Look at this.
46 just shot all the way to the outside lane. 4 wide, hitting it at turn number 1 on lap 1, wasting no time here in the LCQ. Crunching together here.
Look at
They're
this.
Really wide off of turn number 2. You were 4 wide. I mean, this is a brawl.
Icing it up early there. Ticker will follow the transfer spot about 12th. Antoine Smith, big elevator move. He has redemption, trying to use that repaired race car to make it into the main. Underneath the 14 and the 91 for third. Can't do it.
They're tight back there. Yeah, they're in the wall back there.
I don't know how the 09 didn't hit the wall, or if he did, he got lucky because it doesn't look like there's a scratch on that Zaxby's machine. Blowing up! Blowing up! The 14 just blew up from second or third in the race. That's Vince Freeze, the longtime veteran of this event, and that is heartbreaking. Not on his own accord, not on anybody else's mistake. That car just flat out broke.
He's not going to make it back.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, I think Jeff Alloy's in the lead right now.
Yes,
Is that
the
Jeff Alloy? Who is
84
that?
leading. I have to
Oh,
worry
control
as
over
the
the
21 of Crown Jr. got a piece of the wall. Whoa, man,
Oh my
look at that.
God.
How much the side of the car caved in.
I thought he was going to get run over. I thought we were going to have a car sideways.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was
I was gonna
Thomas
say, with that
Cutlets
car
with a
blowing
beautiful
up.
play in the pocket not to get into that 21 car.
Oh,
The car blowing up. We're glad to see rarely any field separation here, and well, now you see some, but it didn't necessarily split it up right at the moment of the number 14 blowing up, but now a bit of separation here between the two packs.
If you're in this top 6 or 7, top 8 actually, just ride. Don't even race. Just ride. You're all going to be in the main event. Oh my goodness, Gloucester Dawes, what a move. I thought that car was going to fly over the catch fence and into some factories because he got lucky. He got lucky.
they were 5 wide off of 2.
This is a former winner who
racing back
wants to
there.
be back in the main event.
Absolutely. And, you know, everyone's digging for it right now, but looks like they've kind of settled in, single file, get into a rhythm here. And once we get further into this event, probably just crunch back up. You see drivers start to methodically make moves, but crunch back up and start to just go for it as we start to approach lap 20 on the 5 to go mark.
That was methodical Mathis trying to make something work there in the 00 because he was racing the 02 for the transfer spot. Could not get it. A lot of time, and thankfully it has calmed down here. Field really stringing out, but they are still very antsy way back here. And, you know, I'm not saying you should wreck people, but that's what some of these guys have to do to make up a little bit more ground in this.
I mean, right now this is indicative of that point when you're in that fight with your spouse during Thanksgiving. She kicks you out and takes the key from you, and you're locked outside in the winter cold. As
Up at the front,
Thanksgiving
here
is
comes the
setting
88,
off.
Antoine Smith looking for second. Even lower, the 13, David Krikorian, the Bobcat machine. Oh my goodness, the
Right,
32 nearly ran him over.
And this is
Inside
what
just
happens.
didn't work through that pair of corners.
You have to fight your way to get back into that house, and this is what these guys are doing right here. You have to establish your position, break a window, smack down a door. This is the Butterball Classic for damn hell's sake.
Lead change.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
Yes. Man. I've had a couple lead
Bob
changes. in
Floyd,
this
new leader.
feature here. Well, no, that's last LCQ.
That move by the 10 on the
Whoa.
outside, it gets blocked by the 88 of Antoine Smith, who now goes back down to the bottom to try and block the 32. So now things getting even more dicey up at the front. Lap 8 out of 25.
That's a big block there because that's for the
Oh!
transfer position. Fogelman says, I want to stay in. Constantine says, I want a little bit more guarantee. And Taylor Fry's going to be the big loser out of all that because here comes Orman and DeLello underneath him. Maybe Ozkin as well, unless the 4 can fend him off into 3.
Man, it was a big slide in 3 right there. He threw a block, and I mean, that thing was on a 4-wheel drift, just like it is right here.
Oh, DeLello, goodness me.
Wow. Oh, they're 4 wide up in front of him here in the transfer area.
Yep.
Yeah, that Bobcat's in the middle.
They're done
Fighting
calming
the
down
con
now
right now.
because they know how tight things can be when you're further down the field. That's going to be tight. That's going to go around.
Oh my God, no!
No caution.
Stay
No
green.
caution.
People
Look out.
are gonna go on by.
That was a caution.
A disgusting act by Jeff Alloway to stop his car in front of 10 others to get a caution.
Oh, they're almost wrecking here.
For the lead, racing back, I think Bob Floyd's going to have it over McClure and Smith. That was tight, though. Boy, some people here, this is really going to shake things up because the 13's nowhere to be found. The 47's dropped back with damage. Yeah, there's the 13, all the way back to the 30s.
Wow. That
Being in the
cat's been
top
hurt.
10, Gloucester Dawes is racing with a vengeance tonight. That 81.
Hmm.
There he is.
Wow. I mean, that was a big incident right there. And it was in the transfer. I don't know why they were racing so hard when all of them were in. That was a disgusting act by everyone except the 84 right there. 84 was just an innocent bystander.
Pacing low. I don't
And-
think they're going to pit. You will have to pit in the main event, but they should have enough gas in the tank for the LCQ. And yes, that is the case. Just double checking because you never know with these drivers sometimes. We'll get a replays and see who the War Room in Toronto really has to blame for that one. Across the line, Gloucester Dawes here, you see, behind 3 wide action. He just throws it to the inside, but the car just does not stick. He carries too much speed and just, with no regard for the competition who is outside, sends 3 other people into the wall.
So, again, we take another look at it here. You see the 81 just go way low on this 4 wide situation. Everyone's been able to hold it down there. He hits that seam and just blatantly just takes out multiple drivers here. And I mean, you see the front suspension's just shattered on that 84 car and just has nowhere to go but slide down. Destroyed vehicle. What a shame.
On board with the 56 here, and this wreck is going to happen right in front of them. And these are going to be valuable spots gained. But you see here, in the midst of all this, he almost runs right into the 84. Almost ending his day, but luckily he gets by and he'll have another restart to try and gain some spots to get into this main event. He's all the way in the back. We'll see what ground he can make up.
I could go for some Butterball.
Better wait till after the race so you don't get indigestion. What?
Race on over to your local grocery store for great savings on Butterball's delicious turkey products.
I could go for some Butterball turkey bacon. Maybe if you do a good job, you'll get some. Never mind.
Race on over to your local grocery store for great savings on Butterball's delicious turkey products.
Welcome back to about the halfway point of this Butterball Thanksgiving Classic last chance qualifier. 2 cars out of this one. Vince Freeze blew up and Jeff Alloway has parked it out of frustration after his trip to the turn 2 wall. Currently in the main event, the 91, Bob Floyd, the 52, Anthony McClure, Antoine Smith, Roger Ray, public enemy number 1, it seems like tonight, Gloucester Dawes, Alex Constantine, Nathan Meyer, Mathis Wells, Reggie Fogelman, Nathan Ormond, Zachary DeLello, and Samet Ozcan. Knocking on the door, Stephen Colon, Taylor Fry, DJ Reed, Dustin Dawes, and Aiden Smith.
Halfway through this race, still have 22 positions undecided who's not going to make it. We know what the 2 are right now after 2 just saddening moments with a blow up and, you know, the abuse taken by Jeff Alloway in the turn 2.
These guys, you know, LCQ, it's really no longer a game anymore. As we get past halfway, these guys are going to have to stay posted or get caught lacking. Green flag back out.
Indeed it is. Antoine Smith jumps to the high line, and McClure says, thank you, I will take the bottom, but I don't think the speed's going to be there on the restart. We'll have to see. Wow, I'm wrong. The 52 held a lot better with the 91 than I expected, getting help from the 32 and 81 as well.
He's trying to hold it on the outside. Can he keep it out there? Oh, with the no draft help on the inside there now. Neck and neck.
Gloucester Dawes with these aggressive moves to the inside. We've seen it before. It's happening again, but this time it's going to be the 32 of Roger Ray sending it down low. Not going to stick. He's going to pull up right in front of the 91 there.
And he slid through that entire corner 32 there. I mean, he was in a four-wheel drift. Caution! You got a yellow! Oh, no!
A lot of cars involved. This is a lot of cars. 5, 6 cars involved. 7 of them. Oh my goodness. The 5 blowing up. He's going to hit the wall. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Do that.
They might have been able to fix that car, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is a junkyard.
Oh my God. The Butterbean.
Well, I know you're all sitting at home saying, we have to know what happened. And it's DJ Reed washes up the track, but the 46 does not give him a break, sends him into the wall, and the 28 clobbers him, and it's just nowhere to go for a lot of this field. The 83, 47, 64, 33, and the 5 all caught up in it. And the 5 just gets too much grass on his tires, and he's just going to lose it here, and hit the pit wall, it appears. What a shame. What a shame. That might be frustration as well, but what a shame.
At 28, Riley Spurley sees his accident happening ahead of him, and that car just slides up, nowhere to go, straight into the back of DJ Reed. 33 gets his rear tires picked off the ground, and the 64, with a great save down the front straight, that car completely sideways, but got it back going.
Go to my Butterball crash compilation.
On board with the 98 of DJ Reed as his race goes from a little bad to a lot worse. Hard hits. It's lucky he's able to drive away. We are back to hopefully finish off this LCQ clean and green out of the race now. In addition to the first 2, it's the 28-33. It's a former winner, Ben Crouch, out of this one. 83, 5, 64, 47, and 98. 5 is sitting on pit road. He is frustrated. He knows he has lost. Currently in the show, it's the 91, 52, 32, 88, 81, 40, and 00 and 10. I think that is unchanged. I think the top 12 is unchanged that we're currently in the show at the last restart. So not too much new to go over there. What are your thoughts? What are the people out of the transfer spot going to have to do to, one, not cause a caution and lose laps, and two, still make the show?
Well, I think it's going to come down to making the right moves at the right time. It's like when you're in line getting food. You don't want to cut line. You don't want to make someone upset because they might take something you might want. You have to understand the strategy. As I said before in the first part of the race, you have to strategically eat.
That's like making a dive bomb move down low and making it stick. It's got to stick down at the bottom or else it's not going to work. You're going to see a crash like what we just saw back there, where a car drifts up the racetrack from the very bottom, ends up getting into a car up top, ends up causing a major melee.
Coming to the green to over the roar of another packed Butterball Thanksgiving Classic grandstand. We're green and we're making moves already. Antoine Smith pokes high again. This time it's not going to work as well. Constantine going very low underneath his fellow Dodge 81 of Gloucester Dawes.
The car faked them out. Went up, then down low, and is now going for a spot in the top 5 down the back straightaway. Top 4, rather.
See this field's thinned out now. I think we only got about 25, 26, maybe 27 cars left. But I mean, they're still finding ways to go 3 and 4 wide, and that's going to actually provide a benefit for some of the cars in the mid pack here. They won't have as much pressure on them and be grouped up as much trying to fight for the transfer.
And the pressure is on for the transfer. Cologne has it right now, but DeLello and Fry are hungry. Two drivers, I think, that were both in Heat 1 that had no screen time at all. It's the 7 and the 09, Aiden Smith and Felix Jansen, respectively. They are going for it here. Jansen really going for it. Slides up. Thankfully, keeps it off the 7.
Wow, that was close right there off of 2.
And here comes DeLello. DeLello's in currently because the 9's back.
9 on the top side here. Trying to make it work. But the 7 trying to stick his nose in there. You see the 46 lose grip on the inside. Maybe even get pushed up.
I think he got pushed up. I think the 78 dumped some air on his spoiler, and Dustin just did not know how to handle it.
Yeah, Abbott throwing some shoves here.
They are feisty. They are feisty. I mean, I don't know how they keep this aggression up this entire race here. We got 7 laps to go. I guess it's for all the mashed potatoes, all the what green bean casserole we have here tonight, right? We have that in the
a lot of people eat. I don't allow green beans at my table. Anthony McClure's leading. Bob Floyd looking to take it back though on that 91. Dumps air on that spoiler. Here he comes in the Gunsel machine.
Man, I mean, being that aggressive at the front here, you can transfer. Don't do anything to risk it. 6 laps to go. Anything can go awry here still.
It is still DeLello holding down the transfer position. Nathan Meyer loses the car on the bottom, gets high, maybe trying to work that 81 out, but Antoine Smith's going to have to feel the pressure now, as well as Reggie Fogelman and Mathis Wells, because DeLello is right there. That's the transfer, and you're running 2, 3, maybe even 4 wide here at the front. A lot can change very, very quickly.
See that move for the lead down there?
For the lead up there? Yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet. That was a slick move down the backstretch.
Found his way.
He's not going to leave the line, though.
At the bottom.
That was close. That was very close at the line. Whoops.
He did a crossover.
Here we go. And we're racing now, boys. 5 to go in the LCQ. And we've kind of lost. DeLello's lost out to the 9. He's lost out to the 7. The 02's dropping back as well. I'm going to have to readjust myself to see where we are coming by at the line. But, I mean, maybe even a guy like Aiden Smith, who was out at the restart, could get up here and challenge for the win with how they're running.
Man, oh, wow. There's some more moves up the front field. I mean, you got to be careful. These guys are starting to fall back. 32's falling back a little bit. 81's up here trying to make it 4 wide again. We know what happened the last time he did something like this.
The 24's pushing up. He's really pushing up into the 10.
Look out.
I think they rubbed. Transfer spot. Cannot forget. It's currently the 9, but he is in because the 0, 9, and 25 are dropping way back on the outside. That's going to put Delello back in. And you're right, the 32 and the 10, they are really in the danger zone now.
Oh, man, it's tight up here. Coming to 3 to go. Look at the 7 slip down there.
Oh, man, the
So
32
really
and 10
had to pick
nearly
his
hit each
card.
other. 3 to go.
Oh, man, they are going to be 4
3
wide again
by
here.
3.
Get ready. This could end the race right if this goes wrong.
Oh, Delello! He's lucky he didn't have anybody to his outside.
Look at this. They are 4 wide for
Unreal.
transfer.
We're going to go high above for this one on the Super Butterball blimp. At the front, though, it has calmed down, so we have to do nothing but watch pure, unalterated transfer action. Look at Lane Tidwell and Justin Dawes. The 2 cars destroyed in Heat 1, trying to put themselves back in the mid. Aiden's in the wall. Aiden Smith into the wall. That's going to take him out of it.
Oh, I don't
2
know.
to go.
There's so much that can go on. This could happen right here. This could be the moment that changes the cut line right here. 4 wide and the 1.
O2's walking up. O2's walking up. Look out, look out, look out. They're rubbing. They're going to save it somehow. Wow.
Unreal.
But that's going to hurt the
guys are
32.
completely
That's going to hurt the
sideways.
09, the 25. They may have saved their race cars, but they are out because here comes Aaron McMichelson, Thomas Cutlet. There should be in the show now. We're going to have to see where they are at the line. Constantine and Floyd setting up one last charge home on the 52, but that doesn't matter. That's only for 31st. At the line, who has the transfer spot? It's Reggie Fogelman over Aaron McMichelson's and Thomas Cassidy.
He's going to slip up, though. Watch out.
Oh, wreck! Crash!
Pretty much anyone behind.
They hit the wall.
This is the last
Vargas and
lap, doesn't
Zayton
matter.
Davison, they all hit the wall back
Hit
there.
again.
Thomas Cutlet's trying to take 11th away. This is for the transfer spot. You can't mess up now. They're not. This
Wow.
field's decided,
1-1.
folks. Does Floyd have anything here? Coming off turn 4 for the 52. No. Anthony McClure wins the LCQ. And the last car in is the number 8 of Thomas Cutlets over Thomas Cassidy, over Roberto Carl Jr., over Roger Ray, who has another heartbreaking end to not transfer through the Heat and now the LCQ. Taylor Fry had a lot of speed. Stephen Colon had a lot of speed. Nathan Meyer was up there the whole time before getting caught in somebody else's mess. Lot of heartbreaks tonight. A lot of heartbreaks. But what a job by Tidwell, Fogelman, and Cutlets to overcome adversity and just nip by everybody at the end.
Maybe we can see here what exactly happened there on the last lap in turns 1 and 2. I mean, that would look like a big incident. I don't know how we didn't have a caution because of it, but I mean,
Yeah, and that action there at the end, it may have gotten a little bit spread out for the transfer spot on the final lap, but that racing with 2 to go where they almost wrecked, they almost really all wrecked is what kind of caused that, and that's what you want to see, an all-out brawl to get into the main show, and that's what we saw. That's what was promised for these fans, and they got it.
All right, folks, you know what time it is. It's replay time. We got to see what all happened there on those last couple laps again. We're coming to 2 to go. The 7 hits the wall, but Steven Colon is 10th, Roger Ray is 11th, and Felix Jansen is 12th. None of them are going to transfer to the main event because of what happens down here in turn 1.
I mean, this is some hell of a driving by all these guys. Look at them all bouncing off each other, drifting, sliding, and they somehow all save it. And they just show a pure driving skill.
All right, so in the main event, Anthony McClure, Bob Floyd, Alex Constantine, Nathan Ormond, Antoine Smith, Gloucester Dawes, Zachary DeLello, Samet Ozcan, Mathis Wells, Lane Tidwell, Reggie Fogelman, and Thomas Cutlet. Everybody else, unfortunately, did not make the main event. Their nights end early. They have to sit at the kids' table.
What an embarrassment for those people. It's a shame. That has to happen. But that's the luxury of making this race. The prestigious nature that is the Butterball Classic in our 7th season, possibly the most important season, or most important race. Number 7. Lucky number 7.
All those entries trying to fight their way in. It's now the best of the best in the main event. And we've truly got some of the greatest drivers we've seen tonight here in the main. Looking forward to that.
When we come back, it is main event time. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Hi, we're Ocean Spray Cranberry Growers, and we're here to talk to you about the holidays.
Right. And what would the holidays be without Ocean Spray? It's the perfect time to enjoy all of our products, like our juice or famous cranberry sauce, with your turkey dinner.
On oceanspray.com, you'll find lots of recipes and planning tips to make the holidays special.
So enjoy your holidays. Oh, and no turkeys were hurt during the making of this message.
Yet. Enjoy the sight.
Folks, we've made it to the main event, the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic, number 7, the 7th running, the 7th edition, the 7th course of this great traditional meal. 42 cars have survived the chaos of the heats and last chance qualifiers, and they are in the show. The final time today, let's take you through the starting grid. On the pole, winning the coin flip was Heat 2 winner William Duncan, and Heat 1 winner to his outside is the 42 of Logan Cloud. Heat 1 will make up the inside, positions 3 through 29, and on the outside will be the Heat 2 drivers, positions 4 through 30. Danny Dime Sr., Nathan Stapleton. Behind them, Landon Loudenbach, Ben Billard, John Dilks, Tib Foster, John Paul Lucky, Anthony Greenman, Diego Yepes, Brad Cheston, Danica Plussel, Bernard Brown, William Ayers, Annie Thomas, Eli Bright, David Vickers, Jonathan Fitzwater, Nathan Kiani. This is William Hill, because alongside of him is Will Said. I don't want to get tripped up there. Jesse Turner, still celebrating the wrong holiday, and Jeffrey Finguy. And the last couple rows that made it in off the heats, Evan Hunter, Chuck Noir, Jasper McLeod, Will Parrish, Brandon Morris, and Benjamin Nielsen, DDS. Making it through the 12 from your LCQ, Anthony McClure, Bob Floyd, Alex Constantine, Nathan Ormond, Gloucester Dawes, Antoine Smith, Mehmet Ozcan, Zachary DeLello, Mathis Wells, Lane Tidwell, Thomas Cutlets, and Reggie Fogelman. Now, 50 laps, pit stops, all out racing for the Butterball. What do we have in store for us, do you both think?
Well, this is the 7th running. We have done this 6 times before, and I think every time we have been surprised by the outcome. Even when we went to other places, it's always been unpredictable what happens. And this year, I think, is going to be no exception. Just because the coin flip determined the pole winner, we could see a winner as far back as 40th, as far up as 1st. Heck, we have seen some tremendous crashes in this race, some tremendous finishes. It's something that's going to come down to possibly the last corner, the last bit of front stretch to determine who wins the illustrious 7th Butterball Classic.
If you liked what you saw in the heats and the LCQ, take that and stretch it out. It'll be 50 laps of intense racing at this 2-mile oval, and this is going to have now an effect on the tires. We'll see pit stops, but during these long runs, these drivers, these cars, these tires, it's all going to wear down, as well as their patience to get up to the front and try to win this race.
Without further ado, it's time to go down trackside for those most famous words in Thanksgiving history.
Drivers, start your engines!
42 hard-charging race cars come to life here on the Fontana back straightaway. And now, there's no worries about focusing on a transfer spot. There's no worries about, who's going to finish 15th, who's going to finish 12th. It is down to P1. Who's going to be on the top of the pylon after 50 laps, 100 miles of racing tonight? Find out together, folks.
Everyone is racing for the turkey, the gobbler.
Got a slice of that. And so do these drivers as the pace car goes down pit road, getting ready here.
We are green in the 7th annual Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Already some drivers wasting no time. We've got 4 wide action here. That is the 0-1 of Anthony Greenman. What a move from deep on that inside line, trying to get as many spots as he can early. And the intensity is not going to calm down one bit from the LCQ, it seems like.
Man, you got to be careful not to spill your plate too early here. These guys are going at it for lap 1 of the feature. My mercy, look at them 4 wide back there.
A lot of them walking it up the racetrack here. Hopefully they all keep it off the wall. I don't think Finn guy did back there in the 92. No, he did not, and that's going to hold up a lot of that outside line. A lot of cars from the LCQ held up from that.
Hand kicked the wall. You see the damage on the side of that 92 car, and as it continues to fall back and separates that pack back there, we got 4, 5 wide even, heading down this back straightaway. Still no calming down after the start of the race. 2 laps in, 2.5 laps in, doesn't matter. 4 wide, heading into turn number 3.
This is crazy. I don't know how long this is going to last, with how tight they're running. They're beating and banging off of one another here, but somehow, deep in this field, they're keeping it green so far.
I mean, they are just touching and slamming, and I don't even know. 4x4 back there, and here we go for the lead here. Look at this.
Dimes let a lot of heat one, and it looks like he wants the lead in the main event. Can't quite figure out Duncan, though. And then Logan Cloud slipped back. I don't think that outside lane starting position helped him too much, but he's still up there in the top 10. Here comes Ben Billard.
It's the consequence for losing the coin flip.
I mean, they're kind of single filed out now at the front here, but they're kind of a little bit going at it. Oh my God, I didn't even see this back here. Good.
They're still going at it.
5 wide, 5 wide. Look at this. Here we go.
Out, turn 1.
They're rubbing. They're rubbing. They're the wall. Oh. Oh, Evan Hunter and Anthony McClure. That 90 is torn up. The 52 honestly doesn't look that bad, but
he kept in the gas. He kept pushing him. What was that?
Racing back. Who's going to get it? Duncan power mover on the high side. And William Duncan takes it here on lap number 5, or I should say holds it, but it's the 90 of Evan Hunter and the 52 coming together with some 5 wide racing going into turn 1. That was just they just ran out of real estate, I think.
It looked like it. I mean, when you're 5 wide, you got to expect to give some room there. And I mean, that was the first time I think we've seen them go 5 wide in the 1 tonight, I think.
They just all clumped together.
Will we see some clumping action here on the pit lane? It's a very long race, but I think we're going to have some strategy decisions here. Looks like the 01 is thinking about staying out. Maybe the 23 of Yepes as well. Or are they all going to bring it down pit road? Let's find out.
Oh, it looks like, I don't know, we're going to be interesting this year to see. Because right now, I don't think you can make it on gas. Oh, that's intriguing by about those 6 or 7 that stay out.
Yeah, we got a lot more here in the back of the field. Some people that were in the LCQ trying to gain the system a little bit.
I mean, this is going to be interesting for if we run 6 or we run 20, 25 laps green here, what's going to really happen.
Are they going to take tires? Are they going to take fuel only, though? Staying out's a strategy in itself, but it's what you do in the pit lane. It looks like the 16 isn't going on the jacks. We're going to have to see here as we focus on race leader William Duncan in that Napa Toyota Camry, what he does. They're taking tires. Looks
Look
like
at
the
this.
6 is fuel only.
Or
The
yeah.
Let's see where
16, the
he comes
42,
out.
I would have to think they're fuel only.
Oh,
03
wow,
as
4.
well. A lot of people here in the back of the field. But you take a look at a guy like Duncan, who was leading the race, is now going to be back in the thick of
we
it.
got a
First off, if
crash!
he doesn't get wrecked on pit road, oh my goodness.
He gets out. He makes it out. What happened here?
The 99 just
He
not
lost every
going.
position.
I don't know.
Wait, I'm getting word from our Butterball reporters. It appears the car fell off the jack and wedged the left rear tire under the wheel well.
Oh, that'll do it. That's heartbreaking
Man,
for
that
our
is-
race leader, one of the dominant cars of the night. He's going to be back in the thick of things. The running order's been really shooken up here. Looks like about 10 to 12 cars have stayed out.
Yeah, and you gotta imagine there's probably about another
12.
5 or 6 that only took fuel.
Yeah, I would say everybody up till, well, maybe the 05 took fuel only, maybe even further back than that, but it's gonna be interesting. But we got a wreck to look at, so we're gonna break away from the action and get you a replay of that first things first. So we go from 2 wide to 5 wide quicker than the popper on the turkey pops, and it just all goes wrong. The bottom groove, it just lost some of its rubber, I think, and the 9 pushed up into the 19, into the 41, and the 90 and 52 just simply had no room. Pretty routine wreck, thankfully, at the back of the field. Could have been a lot bigger if that happened up at the front, and all things considered, it looks like the 90 and the 52 are both going to drive away from this, so we may be without retirements here early in the Butterball. But simple wreck, only one replay needed. We will get you back to the action here shortly. Welcome back to the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. After a quick early caution, had some pit strategy. Top 12 cars have stayed out on the racetrack. We have some drivers taking fuel only and a select few who have decided to take 4 fresh Goodyear Eagle tires. So now the top 10 looks like this. Anthony Greenman, Diego Yepes, Danica Plussel, John Paul Lucky, Brandon Morris, Bob Floyd, Alex Constantine, Nathan Ormond, Mathis Wells, William Ayers. Some of these guys, we've got 4 cars up here that were in the LCQ, suffered in their heat races, but now they are up here at the front of the field, racing around faster competition, the likes they had not seen in the heats. How do you think they'll fare?
Well, you gotta get the track position. Every race is always about track position. And that's what matters right now. And you know what? If it goes awry, you led the Butterball Classic. That's all you can say.
Exactly. We got a whole new game with a whole set of new players up at the front as we take the green flag on lap 9.
Another fake out. Yepes was studying some of these other races, realized if you get to the outside, push 3rd place up, you can swoop down to the inside in turn 1 on the restart to try and take the lead. But can he clear? The 01 being pushed heavily by the 61. Yepes powering around the inside. Can't quite do it. Even Steven down the back.
Look at them all jostling back there, already looking 2 and 3 wide.
61 just shot the 01 out to the lead. Anthony Greenman clear. Once again, that challenge from Yepes, no problemo.
I mean, right now we're in a weird situation. We don't know what the strategy is for a lot of these guys. I mean, because these guys have not pitted for 9 laps. Oh, I thought I heard some scrape. It might be just the cars bottoming out over the bumps down there.
I believe so. They're clean and green back here. If you're curious at home or in the booth, you can go just under halfway on fuel, but with cautions, a 1 stop could be possible. That's some of that Thanksgiving magic some of these drivers are looking for.
Oh, man, they're starting to jostle here again. All these guys who stayed out or just took fuel only on the stop here. Look at this battle for the lead.
All the way down to the bottom goes the 01 agreement, looking for the lead back. Caution's out again.
Oh, Ben Nielsen, the lawyer, and the 22, Tib Foster, and DeLello, look out, he can't see! Oh, my goodness! Oh!
Watch out, watch out!
He nearly wiped out Anthony McClure. Could not see. Oh, my gosh. And then these two also went around. I think the 30 got the worst of it, and everybody's going to woe up here for the pace car. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I mean, Nielsen had trouble on pit road, I believe. That was right by the 22's crew. It involved the 18. We saw that under pit stops under the last caution. And DeLello, unfortunately, made it in through the LCQ and not how his night wanted to end. And everybody waiting for the pace. They're really having to wait on this pace. Oh, my goodness. Look away, children.
Oh!
But we got to figure out who's going to make it to pit road or not, because a lot of these guys clearly want to come down. Where's David Vickers going? He's starting to get in the infield.
He's
Grass.
He saw a turkey leg down there, I think.
All right. I think the 01 might be staying out again.
I don't know what's going on
This
here.
would be ballsy strategy by Anthony Greenman, and he's taking it. Mattis Wells is staying out. Damn it, Ozcan. Ben Billard, we know, took fuel only. I believe Kiani and Cloud did as well. Oh, strategy has just been thrown out of a window tonight as everybody trying to make their way down pit road. We're going to hopefully find at least some car. There he is. We'll watch Yepes here to watch the race off of pit road at least. Now do you take tires? Now do you take fuel only again? What do you do here?
Well, so what might be going on here is these guys who are pitting, they might try and run as long as they can on fuel. They're going to take 2 tires here because they only have half a tank loss. They'll run as long as they can here and then do 2 tires right side or 4 tires possibly with about 10 to go while everybody on that last stop has to take 4 tires and fuel. They'll be able to cut that about 6 or 7 seconds if it runs green.
Danica Plusser took fuel only.
That's interesting.
You have the 23 who took lefts. Don't know about these guys, but the 12 for sure took 4 tires. We're doing everything possible on pit road tonight.
It's gonna keep getting more interesting.
All right, we have a wreck to look at, so we will break away from the action once more and then get you back in time for the restart.
So it looks like we got the 8 of Thomas Cutlet up top. Has a car under him, who then forces him down low, spins out the 22 of Foster, then gets into the number 33 of DeLello, and everyone comes squeaking by. DeLello is going to hit that dreaded pit wall, heading into turn number 1, and further compound the damage already done to his car.
Riding on board with number 41 and Nathan Stapleton here. Look at this. He's way back here, but he's going to get too close to the action. At least closer than I would like to be to the action here. Look at this. The wreck up there. Wall of smoke. Where are you going to go? Looking. Whoop! Whoop! Back through, and then he slows down. What a drive.
We talked about it. Pole sitter William Duncan. This is his view out of his visor cam. You get buried here in traffic and you don't know what can go wrong. And look out, 99 car. He's a lucky man.
Wow.
Fall football, Fords, and construction.
It doesn't get any better than this, Shoppy.
Actually, it does.
Does it? Tell me more.
There's a lot more at Ford of Homewood during our construction reduction sale. There's $13,000 off new Broncos, $6,000 off Bronco Sports, $7,000 off new Escapes, and new F-150s for $399 a month. Kick off fall with our construction deals all month long.
Smart shopper shop Ford of Homewood.
Nice, Shoppy.
Welcome back to the action here from Southern California on the night before Thanksgiving. It's the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Will said is eating good because he gets the wave around to get back on the lead lap after being 1 lap down after his incident on pit road before the previous caution. Top 5 currently Greenman, Wells, Oskin, Billard, and Kiani. All different strategies out of everybody. This is going to be a little bit hard to track. Only car out of the race is the number 30 of Zachary DeLello.
You know, if you thought the last 2 restarts were crazy, get ready for second helpings, all right? We are going to have a even nuttier restart here with even more strategy shuffling this field up right now.
Especially with the 01 of Anthony Green and, Lightning McQueen, Mr. One Man Show. Adios, Chuck. He's not come down pit road yet, but pace car will. We're getting ready for another restart.
We continue to silence the big Christmas operatives. We are back green. It's the 01 and 00s out. It's a great night to be a 0 car that's painted white, because there's like 4 or 5 of them in this race, and 3 of them are running really good. They're all in the top 10.
Yeah, he blocked him almost into the outside wall right there, and he's always blocking him down low here, and this is checking the whole field up.
Caution already. We have an incident on the restart.
again.
The 23 has gone around. Oh my goodness.
What happened? Oh,
Now-
go for the lead. Look at this.
Oh, the 03 blew up.
In the top group.
The 03 blew
Oh,
up.
stop! Fuel.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Here we go. 3 wide coming back to the line. This is
Hold on.
crazy. Greenman gets
What
it.
is happening?
I don't know what is going on here. The 03 had something go horribly wrong. He had a tire just rip apart. The 23 actually had a mechanical issue as well. Folks, a lot of these Butterballs have had good solid green flag running in them, and we have just not seen that tonight.
Man, I tell you what, there must be a gas leak in the basement.
The 23 has a gas leak. We know that. But now, what do you do? Do you pit? Do you stay out? I think Greenman's finally caving into the pressure and has to pit. This is not going to be good enough.
yeah.
He's going to have to pit again. Everyone's going to have to pit again if they pit here.
I mean, I don't even know. Maybe they could save enough gas. We keep having these cautions. Who's going to stay out here now, though? Who's going to be your new leader, possibly?
Oh, we got a lot of cars staying out. More than half
Yeah,
the
this
field
is-
probably is going to stay out. We got some people in the back pitting, but it looks like we're going to have a lot of front runners stay out. Look at all these cars. And I think the 16 and 59 of them, they're still on the same set of tires they started the race with.
No tires, just gas.
What are people doing here on pit road? It looks like the 42's taking tires. I believe the 00 is as well. The 01 already down in the way. The 9 is going to jump the 00, it looks like. 42 down in the way. The 17 did not pit under the previous caution. He likely still has damage to repair. Yeah, not too many cars came down pit road. Only like a dozen of them. And oh, goodness, Constantine must have been involved in that most recent accident, because he has taken the hood off of that Dodge Charger.
Wow. I mean, we had a caution almost immediately on that restart. I think that might be the quickest back deal we've ever had in Butterball history.
I have to check with our statisticians for that one, but we need to check
it.
our replay statisticians first off, because there was a reason for this caution after all. Well, this was coming to our most recent restart. The 23, unfortunately, has a fuel pickup issue. There's no fuel pressure in that car, and trying to get out of everyone's way. Should have held it high, because everybody tried to pass low. Gets into the 40, gets into the 91. Everybody saved it, though. The 18 does not get into the 91 as well. Yepes gets it out of the grass. But as we were racing around, toward the front of the field, we saw the 03 of Annie Thomas. They were running in the top 10, and the tire lets go coming down here into turn 3. Somehow does not wreck, but tries to get it off the racetrack quickly.
And what usually occurs there is when, right after a pit stop, probably what happened was the air gun took off the valve stem of the tire, and when you finally put force on it, it just pushes all the air out of that tire.
Not ideal for either of
either
those
that-
drivers, but hopefully they will all be able to continue. And this should be a quick caution, and we'll be back to the green here very, very shortly. 41 of 42 cars remain on track in the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We are nearing the 20-lap mark of this 50-lap main event, and not too many of these laps have been under green. Ben Billard leads over Nathan Chiani, Jesse Turner, Landon Laudenbach, David Vickers, Jacques Noir. That is your top 5. Can they settle down? Can we get some green flag running? What do my 2 experts in the booth have to say on that front?
Well, they can. Oh, will they? I don't
That's
think
the
so.
question. Yes. No, I don't think they will. I think we this race is patterned to have a lot of incidents. I think that's what we're gonna have, sadly. But who knows? Who knows? We got some great racing strategies everywhere. Who knows?
We'll find out. We're going green once again. The 59 does not make the textbook outside than inside move, probably because the 27 didn't look. All Kiani has to do is look inside of his fellow blue oval teammate in the 16 and try and get it done here in the 1.
He's trying to, but we've not been able to see that pass being made very often, especially with help from the outside there of another Ford who's going to push him back ahead.
That's Jesse Turner there. You see some Chevys getting feisty, though, behind them. That's Bernard Brown in the 11. Totally didn't forget his name just a minute ago. And here comes 2018 winner Brad Cheston. Ben Crouch, they wreck. Oh, my goodness. Jasper McLeod just took a hell of a lick.
Big wreck.
That was terrible. Terrible crash. We got cars driving down pit road. Oh my gosh. We've seen some big wrecks in this event, and that one's up there, folks. We hope Jasper McLeod's okay. Hang on, no. We still have, guess what, folks? Pitch strategy. They're not good to the end, but they're sure all coming down, it looks like. Anybody staying out? Yes, we have a few. Just a few cars. Oh, more actually toward the back of the field. But more so the top half, which have not pit recently, are all coming in. There's the camera. There we go. Little frazzled, sorry.
Look at this 99 of Will Duncan. He's coming in again right now. I'm curious if he's going to leap all these guys by only taking fuel. Remember, he took the 4 tires when he last pitted. He could take just fuel only and leapfrog all these drivers and
like
get
Dillard,
back
Loudenbach,
his track
Yanni,
position.
of David Vickers, they're all going to take 4. Brad Chesson has some tires going up. Let's see what the 99 does.
Let's see here. It's right sides only, or left
New
sides
tires.
only, sorry.
But he was very deep in the field. Is he going to beat him off pit road? Has to pack that car full of fuel. Danny Dimes Sr.'s just going to nip him.
But he beats about 8 or 9 cars that he was behind off pit lane. That's a great strategy play by him.
Danica Plostel made a strategy move, shuffled toward the back of the field. Brad Cheston back there as well. We had like 15, 16 cars stay out. But a lot more are damaged now. We have to take that in consideration.
You know, you see the 89 of I believe that's Brandon Morris back there?
Yes.
He pitted as the caution was going. I think he beat the line like Ender Pit Road.
Bob Floyd did as well. He was another car that came down during that accident.
They just leapfrogged all those guys and have 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel.
It'll be very interesting to see what they can do here, as we will probably be going green right at the halfway mark. Let's get some replays first. Down the back straightaway into turn 3, the 60 of Jasper McLeod makes an errant move to the inside, gets into the 0 car, and just holding on for dear life with all these cars flying in, and the 22 nails him in the driver's side. Not a good looking crash. We hope that Jasper McLeod and everybody else involved is okay after that one.
You see here Jasper McLeod cuts down into the 0 car, into the outside wall hard, and then here he comes, just gets hammered by the 22, and man, all their cars come piling in. But if Jasper McLeod is your comfort character, it's not your lucky day.
Here we go, looking at the number 22 here, going down in the 3. This wreck happens in front of him here, and he has nowhere to go. Absolutely pile drives that number 60. And then he goes along for a ride as well, up into the 90, the 02 piling in. I mean, that is a vicious ride. It's a vicious hit for him, let alone also the 60 car as well. I mean, 2 cars impact. That's tough.
Reggie Fogelman, you saw him make aggressive moves during the heats and the LCQ. It's involved in this accident. Just one of the pilers in to this accident here. A big one in the Butterball Classic.
Might be a scary ride for some folks, but we do have an onboard here from the 60 car. Hold on. My goodness, that car did a full rotation in the air, landed back down on its wheels. But Jasper's going to be feeling that one tomorrow.
This strategy's fucking. I have no clue who's gonna win this race. I cannot keep track of this.
Welcome back to another restart coming up here from the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. This time leading the field, it's the 24 of Nathan Ormond. Behind him is John Paul Lucky, Lane Tidwell, John Dilks, and Will Parrish. We have a whole host of cars out of this one now. Jeffrey Finguy, Thomas Cutlets, Jasper McLeod, Tib Foster, Reggie Fogelman, Anthony McClure, and William Ayers, all involved, all DNF'd. We've got some damaged cars toward the back of this field as well to keep your eye on. Now, don't have a lot of cars, don't have as many cars to wreck, where I still don't doubt they can throw 3, 4, 5 wide moves, but you have to think here. Is anybody just going to pit here in just a couple of laps because they know if they can keep getting cautions, sooner or later, you can make it to the end of this race?
I tell you what, I am watching that 89 and that 01, I believe, well, not the 01, the
91.
Who's the other car that
91.
pitted with him? The 91, thank you. Those two pitted. They have the biggest advantage right now as we go back green.
Up through the gears they come, down into turn number 1. Going past all those tents and all those fans. It's a clear lead for Ormond as we settle in here. Logan Cloud trying to get something happening with Anthony Greenman. The 86 Eli Bright, Mathis Wells here just on the fringes of the top 10. Here comes the 19, though. Lane Tidwell looking for second.
And what's that sound? I don't know if it's just me, but I can hear the fans. They are hangry for some green flag laps here in the Butterball Classic. But we got some guys coming down pit road. Looks like the 91 and the 89. We were just talking about them.
I think they had a black flag of some sort.
Did they get a black flag on this restart or the last one because they were pitting when the caution was out? Or are they getting penalties for the pits being closed? That is not good. They had to stop and go for a while there. That was like a 10-second hold, it felt like. Although it was probably just a regular stop and go.
I'm getting reports that they passed on the inside coming to the previous restart.
Wow. That's heartbreaking
down
for
there
those
and do that,
two.
though.
Yes, the one before this last one.
Just cycling through the field, making sure everybody's all right. The zero slow, we're going to have to watch him as they are going to, both of them, the 89 91, are going to fall laps down. Last time by at the line, it was John Paul Lucky leading, and he's going to power around the outside to keep it.
Just got to hope that they blended correctly.
Oh, watch out!
Oh,
watch out!
Oh, no! Come on!
Danny Dimes!
Oh, man.
They saved it. Hang on. They saved it. They all saved it. And the caution's out.
Caution's out.
Oh my God. That did not need to be a yellow.
Too hot on the button. Unreal. Hey, but you know what? Guess who just got back on the lead lap with that first lap down car? Brandon Morris.
Yep, he did, because he is not the cause of the caution either.
Yep.
Jesus has been resurrected for his second
God.
coming in this race.
Congratulations, Brandon Morris. Bob Floyd needs to be taken out back. I think Jonathan Fitzwater will also be a recipient of the Get That Thing Off the Road Bro award, because I don't think he was making minimum speed. We have a replay, though, of probably the dumbest moment in Butterball Thanksgiving Classic history, so don't go anywhere to see that. Lap down, Bob Floyd, frustrated with his surroundings. He needs a new spotter, because this is, frankly, inexcusable out of the council machine. Merging back onto the racetrack, you see 3 and 4 wide racing. The 31 holds his line, but the 91 simply comes up, drives into him, and sends that Interrush Chevrolet around.
Almost went over there. You see him get on his side a little bit there. 31 did.
This is something you don't want to see out your windshield. Some car on the apron coming back up right in front of your path, and you're just an innocent bystander that gets involved in a wreck. I mean, he saved it, but that's some damage and some track position lost. It's definitely not what we want to see here. Just around the midpoint of this running of the Butterball Classic.
Oh, you hear it down there on pit road. Those impact guns are firing. Here comes the field. Everybody knows they can make it. Everybody's coming down. Except Brandon Morris, because he's getting the wave around.
Now, what's going to be interesting about this whole situation is going to be not as much as who pits, but more along the lines of what they do on pit road. This is where all the strategy is built up to this moment. Everyone can make it from here on fuel. What are you going to do tires-wise? That's the real question. Here we go. Oh, yeah,
You
already
see the
variance
50
right there.
taking 2 tires. The Metalot are going to take 4 here. The 01 jacking up. We're going to have to see. We're going to stay on the leader and just see what happens.
Oh.
Here he comes.
A lot of 2-tire calls. Some rights, some lefts, which is very interesting. See, a lot of cars coming off of pit road. The 99 is going to gain some spots. The 24, I would have to say, took 4 tires. You know, the 01 was. I would say everybody back here is going to be on 4, or they were repairing damage.
'18 obviously repairing something else. Some sort of electrical issue, apparently.
89 will get the free pass. And the 91 technically will be on the tail end of the lead lap.
Sweet.
Now,
mercy.
fans below, you get to vote in the comments section. Should the 91 get waved around? Oh, he's pitting. He's pitting. You got trolled. But it's going to be John Paul Lucky leading the field when we come back from commercial break. They are good on pitch strategy. Everyone is now on even footing. It's go time, folks, in the Butterball.
All right, boys, what do you got? I jacked the van load of that Xana stuff last night.
Yeah, and I hit a shipment of that Matabo whatever.
Xana stuff? Matabo whatever? Forget about it. Now, what about you, Tez? What's the word on the streets?
I got a guy, Joey Numbers, works down at the Port Authority. Word is the strongest stuff's coming in today.
Now you're talking.
Stacker 2. It's the world's strongest fat burner. Capiche?
All right, folks, we are back. It's a 20-lap shootout for the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic for all the cuttings. John Paul Lucky leads over John Dilks. Then it's Ben Billard, Will Parrish, Bernard Brown, Gloucester Dawes. That's not Alex Constantine. That would be his teammate. That's Nathan Stapleton. William Duncan, Nathan Ormond, and Lane Tidwell, your top 10. I will do a quick cycle through the order. What do we got, boys?
Well, we're 20 laps away from the finish, right?
Yes.
Yes, that means it is all guns blazing. You are going to be sprinting for the table. You need a seat. You aren't going to sit on the couch and watch the Cowboys and Giants play. Come on. This is racing.
It's where the real men are. But if you liked the 91 sitting in front of the leaders, now here we go again. More of the same. Back green.
Oh, the 41 washed up the racetrack. Cold tires. Cold tires.
Yep, 2 and 4 tire variances, no tires. It changes up a lot. They always say 2 tires will exacerbate your handling issues if you do have any.
Here come the Roushketeers. John Dilks and Ben Billard on the move. Billard looking even lower on his teammate, trying to wreck his teammate. Goodness me. And all that curmudgeoning is going to allow the 12 to keep the lead.
And 91 who's trying to get his lap back.
Not very well. Actually, no, there he is. I was gonna say I thought he fell behind the Roushketeers, but doesn't look like so though. But he's still trying to, he's still a bit of a troublemaker here at the front. He's tested these guys. Gotcha once. I might get you again.
It's
We'll
allowing
have
this
to see,
12
but
to
that 12
really
car is
break
pulling
away,
away.
though. Look at the lead he has now. All the
Oh,
squabbling
they're
behind
full
them.
wide.
Oh, this is going to be tight.
Really tight here. Watch the one there. Wow. I thought that
Good. We're
was
going
going
to
to be
look
bad for a moment.
further back through the rest of the field. They seem to be all right. Ben Nielsen, doctor and marine biologist, had a blown tire in the last pits under the last caution. He had to pit right before the green. 20 slowly off the pace, and the 0, I did not get that thing off the road, bro. Sorry, John, but it's over.
Wow. That's sad.
One right in the middle. Oh, he's trying to
Get
split
ready,
it
it's gonna get tight right here.
Oh, they made contact. The 88 and the
thank
41
goodness.
did. They're making
Oh,
contact
watch
off the
out!
corner. No, Duncan. The luck has ran out on the
big wreck here.
99,
Here we go.
and this is going to take
Damage
out a lot of
field.
cars.
Watch out. Oh, big hit. Woo! Oh my God.
Brad Cheston shoots the middle as Danny Dimes Sr. got back shots ultimate from the 18 of Will Said. Actually, I think it was the 29 that got him. Somehow Duncan doesn't have too much damage to that race car, but a lot of other hearts are broken.
There ain't anybody left.
Well, William Duncan, we thought he was going to get the worst of it, but it appears he does not. He just runs into the 11 car on corner exit, carried too much speed, gets turned around, run over, gets hit by the 6th, but somehow everybody else misses him, unlike some of the other people in this wreck. Good job there by the 99, and good job by the rest of the field by not hitting the first obstacle in the way, but boy, they sure caught the other ones.
Here we go. We're looking at the number 24 here as he goes around the outside. And here we go. Wreck. Car spinning. He looks like he's going to miss it. Going to miss it. Bang. No. It's too late. Cars start piling in. Now he's along for the ride. Cars flying in, hitting, slamming, banging. I mean, big wreck here. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's that bad. He didn't take a whole lot of big shots compared to the 31. A couple other cars up there in front of him there that just absolutely got their world rocked.
On board with the 29 of Jacques Noir. This all happens right in front of him. Spitting smoke, cars everywhere. Head on into the 41. And that's not it, folks. Another sledgehammer impact. And yeah, these hard hits today. I mean, half the field's gonna have a headache. They're gonna need some Advil after this one.
At the very back of the field was the 31 of Danny Dimes Sr. Ran good in the heat race, got caught up in some bad luck here, and he is just trying to do everything he can to miss this wreck, but boy, he sure didn't.
Woo! Man.
Turn 4, Calamity Corner strikes again at the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. A lot of good cars meet their end, but we still have a showdown to end this year's Circuitarian Madness. Don't go anywhere. Lights are out on the Pontiac Pace car. It's going to be a 15 to 14 lap shootout here to end this one. 12, 19, 01, 81, 11, your top 5. Do want to mention Gloucester Dawes, named after the beloved Lithuanian cat that, you know, unfortunately we had to say goodbye to Gloucester this year. Very, very tough. They will always be forever in our hearts. Do have to tidy some things up in the booth as well. We are sorry. We would like to apologize to the official Butterball Thanksgiving Classic headache partner, Excedrin, for the plug of a similar drug that is to not be named ever again. And thankfully, we are feeling nice and we are in a very festive spirit, so we are not killing any other commentators today.
Yes.
Man, I'm dead. But
what a great day.
You
what
know,
a great race.
it's good to have a field right now with the front runners and no lappers up front at last. So that way we can have our field of leaders duke it out in this hopefully final run to the finish. The pace car goes in, getting
basically
ready
heat
to
here.
restart again.
Oh, essentially it
Basically
is.
heat.
Out of the race from
Pretty
that point.
much.
24, 29, 27, 9, 18, 31, 40, and it looks like the 23's fuel pump finally gave out. Back green, John Paul Lucky leads as they fan out behind him. It's time to get intense again.
First battle, 3 wide for third.
Yes.
Jinx.
Middle
It is
lane.
4 wide. Ooh, already again. I mean, you get 25 cars left, and you can still find a way to go 4 wide. Hell, we might go 5 wide at some point. Look at that!
Mathis Wells making a move. Ben Billard looking even lower in that 16. He wants to get back up there toward the front of the field. Can't quite do it, though. Really has to break out of the gas. Oh, the 11's in the wall.
Wow.
That might
Snipped
be
that thing.
competitive
Up
day
there,
done
though.
for Bernard Brown. We got the 86 driving on the apron. Haven't seen anybody do that today. Trying to make some moves happen.
Oh, they're tight right now.
Back
due to that
up
wall.
safely.
Come back. Ooh.
It's pinchy. It's punchy.
4 wide. We haven't seen him wreck before. We can see him do it again.
Don't look now. Link Tidwell could be setting up a pass for the lead here on John Paul Lucky. He's got Gloucester Dawes behind him. Anthony Greenman. That's been a very quick car tonight. That's 0-1 trying to make a move as well. Here comes last year's winner, Antoine Smith, trying to look as well. But the 77's going to hit the wall. William Hill scrapes it.
Man.
Close
Have we
call
ever had a
again.
repeat winner?
We have never had a repeat winner in the Butterball, and I think Antoine's the only one in contention because Brad Cheston is heavily damaged. I'm lying straight out of my face. You know who's a repeat winner or trying to become the first one? The man we're focused on right now, the 81, Gloucester Dawes.
Wow, this could be big right here. Here we go. History in the making.
Comes
6 for
Greenman,
6.
a first-timer, though.
Oh, we can't get it, though.
The rookies versus the old guard, the veteran. They're both going at it here for the lead, but now it looks like the 01 of Greenman in a bit of trouble here as a 3-wide battle for second emerges. Maybe even a 4-wide battle. Anton Trouble battling back on the inside. Up into the 12 of John Paul Lucky. Slides up. They keep it straight.
Antoine Smith there in the 88. And you look at a guy like Antoine Smith, you look at a guy like Mathis Wells. They've been around this classic. They may have been in every single classic. A guy like Logan Cloud or Eli Bright as well. The Unks, they still got it.
I tell you what,
Sure.
experience pays off here. That's why they're up here.
Yeah, none of my goats are washed, honestly. Like, it's great to see them all up here battling in contention. Look at the 00 just stalking 81 for the leader. He goes.
Oh, Keani really
Keeps the
sliding
ball
it
back
there.
on
I
the
thought he was going to
outside.
run in the 16. Ben Nielsen and other drivers had bad luck today making their way up. Here comes Nielsen and Morris. Battle of the bad luck, trying to capitalize on it here. We have anyone off the pace as we miss a lead change. Hang on, we'll look later. Mathis Wells takes it, and Antoine Smith wants it even more.
Yes, as we alluded to earlier, it looks like the pass for the lead was right there. And, man, I mean, they're starting to file out a little bit here with 9 laps to go. It's probably, I think, the longest green flag run we've had today is 2 double numbers lead the field.
There's some side damage, that 88 car. And it just goes to show that, you know, this race, there's been a whole lot of attrition. And it looks like, you know, if you've got some small damage like that, like to the side, or you pancake the outside wall heading off a 4 or something like that, it's not going to affect your car too much. As you see the 88 right up there in the mix. Antoine Smith looking for win number 2, but Cloud trying to make some divisive moves. He gets caught in the middle.
Just going to look back to see, do we have a lot of people off the pace? Evan Hunter is. He's going kind of slow. We'll keep our eye on it, but Duncan's kind of losing the draft. Cheston and Stapleton, 2 good cars as well, damaged. Here comes Eli Bright for second.
Wow. That was a power move through the center of the corner.
Power move indeed. He's going to have a ton of speed coming on the backstretch. Look at this. Early look down the back. Maybe too early, though. Clean air might stall him out, but no. Antoine Smith jumped in tow with him. It's going to give Bright the lead, but maybe not for long. Here comes the Navy 88.
Wow, and I mean, he played it perfectly, but I don't know if he's going to have enough momentum off the top groove. Or off the bottom, I should say.
Nope.
86. The help from the 88 really got him to that lead. And right now he's running away. As another 3-wide battle. 4-wide. Go!
Man.
What a good. Wow. It looks like the 19 Lane Tidwell emerges with second place now.
Now, I don't think the 88 and 00 wanted to help each other, because you remember back earlier today, I think it was in the Heat 1 that they were both in. They were rubbing on each other. We got some rubbing here. My goodness, Kiani. But I don't know. There might be bad blood between those white double numbers cars. Oh, my goodness. The 81's going around. Look out. Look out. Oh, lucky into the wall. He's going to get hit again. Oh, they don't know where to go. They don't know where to go. The Gunsel machine plowing into a wreck. Never seen that one before, but I think everybody else is going to wool up in time. And the leaders did take the caution. We are going to have a 3 or 4 lap shootout to end the Butterball. Oh my goodness. And it's Eli Bright, Lane Tidwell, Antoine Smith. David Vickers is somehow 4th. He has snuck his way up here. And Cloud in 5th.
Been avoiding them all night.
So you got the 81 of Gloucester Dawes up high here. 17 comes right in to the quarter panel. That's going to send a myriad of cars spinning out on the front straightaway. And several of them piling in. The 01 goes around in the infield grass. And the 91, what's new, into the 12. 6 car also getting involved as well.
How would you like to see this happen in front of you? Look at this battle here. Side by side, Doran slamming. Here we go. Out of nowhere, get ready. I mean, what helpless situation now, spinning across the field, holding on for dear life, fearing up, but actually is able to hold on to it. 00 does a good job, but loses all that track position with only a 3-lap or 4-lap shootout to go.
Oh!
It almost dies there.
It all went wrong for latex salesman Ben Nielsen here, trying to get by Gloucester Dawes. He knew time was running out in the race, saw the gap, but the 81 turns it down to keep it off the wall, and nowhere for the Ritz car. He's not vibing too much, but honestly, there's not too much damage on that 17. He loses a bunch of ground, but otherwise, that car's all right. 12, not so much. There's only a couple laps left, folks, so do not go anywhere. Do not.
Usually, the first question is, how much power has it got? Well, it's pretty amazing. We're talking over 30 grams of delicious Butterball protein, plus turkey bacon, cheese, and don't forget the heat. Get the Butterball Victory Lap Sandwich. Nothing beats Butterball, the choice of turkitarians.
Folks, grab your dessert. It's the last lap shootout here on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. The Terminator 2 Steel Factory there in the distance. It's Eli Bright, Lane Tidwell, Antoine Smith, David Vickers, and Logan Cloud, your top 5. Lurking in the wings, Landon Laudenbach, Nathan Kiani, Bernard Brown, the 89 of Brandon Morris, and the 77 of William Hill. Here goes everyone else still on the racetrack. We are down to only 23 cars. What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. We have 4 laps, 8 miles. I have no clue.
Honestly, same. There, you could imagine an arrow pointing to my head with the word clueless above it, because that's what I am right now. I don't know what to expect, but whatever it is, we're about to find out.
Does he know?
Here they come to the restart. It's Eli Bright. Gets a good jump. Tidwell, not too much, but that's the pace car. Antoine Smith, though, laying back a little bit, trying to make a move. Oh, Tidwell, though, fans out here in a 1.
Oh, he's going for it. Here we go. This could be the move to win the Butterball.
Dodge on Dodge, Chevy on Chevy
Oh!
behind them. Coming through
He's
turn
got
number
help!
2, back up to speed.
Oh, Vickers!
The
Don't
1 is
see
looking.
a
The
two-car tire
05
on the
is looking.
inside.
Here comes Landon Loudenbach, still evens for the lead.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold
the
on.
whole gang's here.
Antoine Smith, a
Three
veteran
wide.
move, gets to the inside early. If they wreck now, that race would be over. They're clean so far. Hallelujah. Lane Tidwell leads, 3 to go.
Oh, under 6 miles. This is any man's game right now. Look at this.
Here comes David Vickers.
Oh, everyone slides out. He going to second, baby.
Vickers shoving 88 up the racetrack, trying to get the run down the back straightaway, but all this is allowing Tidwell to run away unless anyone can get clear from this pack and hunt him down.
Look at the
closing
job
stages,
Landon
coming 2 to
Loudenbach's
go.
doing. Throwing big moves, preventing anyone from passing him. But Kiani powers by on the outside. That 05's got a lot of pace, but is he out of time? 2 to go. Tidwell with a 3/10 advantage. Vickers and Smith scrapping for second. Here comes Nathan Kiani.
Kiani! He's going to look low, but Vickers clears. He's going to slide up trying to get third.
Oh, he slides up trying to get third. That could take him and Antoine Smith out of the equation. It could be down to Vickers and Tidwell. 2 legends of this event.
God.
Never have they each won.
Oh my gosh, it's going to all come down to the mashed potatoes and gravy right here.
Eli Bright, Logan Cloud getting frustrated because they're so far back. Coming to the white flag presented by Coles. It's Vickers. It's Tidwell. Does Kiani have anything lurking in the wings?
He's there.
He's making the move.
Inside.
1 and 2, final time, sliding up, trying to clear.
He got him.
Looks like he will.
David Vickers to the point. Here comes Kiani with the head of steam under Tidwell. Antoine Smith, he'll have to settle for second this year if he wants anything to happen. It's all happening behind the 1 of David Vickers in his home state of California.
Pedal. He's going to do it.
Off of
David
turn
Vickers.
4. Not even a cent of a challenge. David Vickers does it in the 1 car. He wins the 7th running of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic.
Do you believe in miracles?
It's a Vickers, Kiani, Tidwell 1-2, Antoine Smith 4th, Logan Cloud 5th. That is an all-veteran top 5, folks.
He led 1 lap and did it on a last lap pass. I mean, he had been nowhere near the front in any race the entire night.
He was driving through the grass earlier under caution.
That is unbelievable. What a comeback.
Take a bow.
Oh my God. I mean, look how clean that car is to all the wrecks. That car has not a scratch on it.
What it's all about, and with the race riddled with cautions throughout its running, we get a clean run to the end, and that's all a commentator, a fan, a driver can ask for, and I'm really glad we saw one. What a race.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks.
Man, I'm shaking. What a finish.
David Vickers does it over Nathan Kiani, Lane Tidwell, Antoine Smith, Logan Cloud, Landon Loudenbach, Eli Bright, William Hill, Brandon Morris, and Ben Nielsen. Only 21 cars made it on the lead lap. The rest of your results are up there on your screen. And then now it is time for the turkey leg and the burnout for David Vickers. What a sight for a longtime veteran of this event. And what a year, once again, the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic has had.
Every year when we do this event, I'm always shocked by just how great everything goes. All you fans, all you drivers, all the production people here, all the turkeys that die. Thank you. This is always a fantastic event, and thank you, Peter, for always doing it.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. And was I glad to be here for my first time in the booth, watched an absolute, cinema of a race, and just goes to show, favorites prevail. We saw that here today. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm full. I'm satisfied, and
Stuffed
this
even?
was a feast. Yes, I'm stuffed. But what a great race that we saw here in California. Never disappoints.
No, it does not. Thank you again to Noah and Riley for stepping up to the booth with me. Makes these nights even so much more special. And thank you, everybody who signed up. Thank you for everybody that watched tonight. And will we see you next year? You'll just have to wait and see another 11 months to find out. Holidays are an annual occurrence after all. Till next time, thank you for watching and go enjoy Thanksgiving holiday with those who you care about. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
That's right. What was that?
I had meat in my mouth.
Blackhawks win. Oh shit. Hang on. Oh, they are.
Pass down low, connecting in front, they score.
All right.
Bruh.
Don't need to watch that anymore.
I'm sorry,
Bruh.
I'm sorry.